type of power his gon' cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael, I can heal and give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart.
Welcome back to another one where we fight for our lives. It's the Koopa, it's the Mark. We're doing more Dragon Quest. It's a solo quest, and today I'm going to be doing one of the vocations. So we're on our path to success, right? Our path to progression, and one of the best classes in the game, one of the newest classes in the game, is the Guardian class, right? It's the Guardian, one of the best classes for survival in general, but it's more of like an attacking paladin, because a paladin's good. Or, I'm sorry, excuse me, a defensive paladin, because the paladin's good, but the Guardian has way more survivability, and with enough practice, you can get his attack up crazy high to kill some bosses really quickly, too. But I definitely think if I want to beat some version 5 bosses and things like that, I need to have that class, you know, that class pretty much fully filled out. And to get the Guardian, it's called a master class in this game. So to get the Guardian, you need to have level 100 with both the Warrior and the Paladin, right? So that's where this quest comes in. We did the Paladin quest last year, or I think it may have been early this year, but we did the Paladin quest, right? So now we need to finish up the Warrior quest, get both of these vocations to level 100. And then we can start on the Guardian, make things a little bit easier for us. But I'm just getting this vocation line out of the way. I love the cutscenes in this, and I always like to show off whenever we do the vocation scenes because they are pretty meaningful, pretty fun parts of the game in my opinion. So I'll go ahead and do some story spoilers here. So with the Warrior quest, basically we talk to this guy in the house, and he tells us we have to become a true warrior by looking at all the horns all over the land. You inspect the horn, and then you do your warrior ritual. Like it infects your mind, and you go back to the past, and essentially. So what we're doing here is uncovering the history of warriors and fighting the inner fighter in ourselves. So we have flashbacks of this one legendary warrior called Legion. And Legion is very violent. Legion is a very violent person. And all of his warrior buddies just kind of try and follow him, come behind him, but he's the most powerful warrior. He's just a violent guy. And then eventually you have to fight Legion because he is too violent and he starts killing everybody. But I think the main gist of this story is just, you know, telling you, as a warrior, you have to control your own demons. You know, you have to fight, but for what's good. You know, more of like control and protection of your friends kind of thing. So that's what we're going over there. Let me open up my notes and see what I want to talk about for this episode. And I might split this up into multiple parts. Yeah, I'll probably split this up into some multiple sections here, so we can have a coherent little story. Yeah, you know, why don't I talk about the good old production and ways that these apps are treating us. The production line, the assembly line of media. It's kind of crazy. So there's this thing going on called enshinification. Essentially, this is where apps have a timeline to basically fuck over the people that use it. Or in general, most products nowadays. They just fuck over the people that use it, so they have to buy more, or, you know, send them more money to easily make more profit instead of just making good products, you know? So essentially the carpenters made a perfect chair. They're like, when people buy this chair, they'll never have to buy a chair again for 10 years. And all the business executives look over at each other, and they start whispering to each other. what if we made it so they had to buy one every 2 years? And he's like, well, they won't, because they have this one. He's like, yeah, but what if we made it worse? So they need another one. You're like, why would you do that? And that's what's generally happening here. All these amazing craftsmen are being thrown to the side. That's why a lot of giant game developers don't have good products, because they're intentionally making them bad. You know, you realize how easy it is to make a good game. Claire Expedition 33 told us that, and I always thought I was capping, because I learned about game development back in middle school, and I was like, this shit is easy. I don't know why it takes so long to make good games when Undertale is like right there. But yeah, Claire has truly proved it to us that making these video games is not that fucking hard. It's not. It's not, and I refuse to believe anyone that is trying to convince us that these video games or these products that they make inherently need update schedules or subscription fees or whatever. You know, fuck that, man. Fuck that. I don't even really accept this game's subscription fee. You know, because you have to buy it and pay a subscription fee. And I'm like, ugh. I'd be more pissed out on it if it wasn't like the yen and incredibly undervalued. But, yeah. The general time lab of enshittification, remember this, remember it well. What they're always going to do when something new comes out, they're going to serve the users. And that's how they make their money, which is so disgusting, which makes this whole process like, why are you doing this? Then step 2, they're gonna serve the business partners. So then they open the company to, you know, publicly be traded. They serve all their business partners, all that money and revenue, they're gonna give to them. So the business partners give it back to themselves. And then lastly, they serve all the executives. And then when the executives feel they don't have enough money, they start taking from the other pieces. So they take from the top first, where they were serving the users. And they're like, we don't have enough money, so we're going to take some of the money that we were giving to the users to serve them and give it back to us. And then they start with the business partners when they don't get enough money from that. And they're like, okay, well, we don't have enough there anymore. We'll go back to the business partners. Let's take some of the revenue from there. And then suddenly you have a company bled dry by the enshittification of its own morals. And it's fucking stupid. But that's the cycle, guys. I don't know if you've noticed it with a lot of your favorite apps, games, shows, TVs, products. It always happens. You gotta watch this. And when you decide to get up there and make one yourself, make different decisions. Make good things for good people. And don't get money signs in your eyes, baby. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, and I will see you on the next quest. Oh yeah, baby.